So hey there YouTube, how are you today? I gotta say this weekly video thing is not as easy as it seems. You know, the idea is that I can get up Friday morning and on my way to school, throw the phone in the mount, get in the truck, have a conversation with you, do a little bit of editing and post it. However, with the sun not rising till 7:45 and setting at about 4:30 these days, finding some daylight time to do this is a little tricky. I actually did a video last Thursday morning and thought it looked pretty good. I'll be honest, I've been using my front camera. It helps me do a little bit of interacting with the camera. It feels like I'm talking to somebody and not just to a phone. The video before that, I actually used my rear-facing camera, which I'm trying now and hoping it's going to work properly. And that's where we got all the funky zoom stuff happening. Don't really know what that was all about. So I went back to using my front-facing camera and I thought I looked pretty good on the phone, but the light was so bad that the video quality was just horrible. Really liked the rant, really liked the conversation, thought I was very dynamic on camera, but the quality of the video just wasn't good, so I decided to axe it. And here we're doing a second take. It's Saturday, and I'm on my way into school to do some work for the play. We're doing our big tech run through tomorrow afternoon, so I want to get some lighting cleaned up and some cabling cleaned up. So that's my day-to-day. The next weekend's bit is going to be spent at the school pretty much 24/7. So long story short, we're back at it. Hopefully it's bright enough. Even with this big roof open the other day, it was not enough light coming in this truck to do what I wanted to do, so hopefully this is working out well. This week, I want to talk about competitiveness. And I'm curious of whether or not, do you think you're a competitive person? If you had asked me if I was a competitive person, I would tell you no. And it's only recently that I've started to think that I am competitive. And I'm not sure if competitive is the right word. Should look up the definition of competitive. I've got some friends that are telling me, of course you're a competitive person. And maybe I didn't think I was competitive because I don't play competitive sports. You know, the kind of games that I do play. We play board games, play cards, that kind of stuff. Obviously shooting some archery now, throwing some darts. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my little dart post there. Enjoy doing that about 3 times a week, just for the fun of it. So I don't really compete with anybody other than myself. And I'm beginning to think that my self-competitiveness is actually pretty high. A lot higher than I thought it was, that's for sure. And I don't know if competitiveness is the right word, because I believe the reason I'm competitive is because I'm trying to get better. I enjoy doing things, and when I do something that I enjoy, I like to get good at what I do. And for building and stuff, you know, you do more building, you get better at it. I don't know if it's the same kind of thing as like shooting archery or throwing darts, but as you do more, you get better at it, maybe more efficient rather than better, find better ways to do things. But I enjoy improving on what I do. And that goes even more so with other things besides competitive scoring kind of things like archery and darts and stuff like that. What's really interesting about this conversation, what sparked this idea of this competitiveness, was this week, Wednesday night, when we have our archery club that I run at the school, I actually scored my highest ever score in all my years of shooting archery. I've been shooting for about 5 years, hitting about the 270. I actually shot better with my old wooden recurve bow than I am shooting now with my Olympic style bow. Shot my best ever, shot a 276 out of 300, which was fantastic. And what's even more interesting about the score is the round of 10 arrows actually felt awesome. In doing the club, I've gotten back into it weekly, and I've been sharing sort of what I've learned about archery with the students and kind of going over things with them. And it's made me refocus my own shooting and what I have to pay attention to when I'm shooting. And I just felt like everything, my breathing, my stance, my pull back, and my draw, where my elbow was on my end of my draw, it was just bang on. And it made it so easy to shoot 9 and 10. So really pleased with the 276 out of 300. And that's what tweaked this sort of competitiveness, because definitely I shoot archery to get better. I enjoy shooting it. I get frustrated when I miss. I wouldn't say get super frustrated. So yeah, I don't know. Do you consider yourself competitive? What do you think competitive means? And I meant to look up the definition before I started this video, because that would be good, because I'd really like to know what the definition of competitiveness means. And maybe we'll slide it in here, which isn't going to make much for the video, but so yeah. Anyways, long story short, this week's been a good week. Shot my best ever archery round, which was fantastic. Feeling like I still want to do more. I haven't had any formal training on this bow whatsoever, and I did purchase a clicker when I bought the bow. If you're not familiar with what a clicker is, it's a little piece of metal that typically would sit on the outside of your arrow, and as you pull back, the minute you pull back your proper draw, the clicker passes by the point of the arrow, hits the little middle piece and clicks basically, and that tells your brain, okay, it's time to let go because I'm at your draw length, and it makes your draw length consistent when you're shooting archery, so that everything that you do around archery is based on consistency. So the more consistent you can be with where your anchor point is, where your stance is, how you hold your bow, the more consistent the arrows are going to hit that end, that 9 or 10 down at the other end. So I'd like to get that going. I'd like to get some professional instruction to kind of get the clicker going and seeing if that can hone my score. Because I'm shooting on average about a 250, 260, which is still pretty good, I think. For myself, I don't have a problem with that. I like the 270 mark. I really like the 276 mark, but I'd really love to kind of shoot 9s and 10s mostly, be that my consistent level rather than the reds, and definitely get rid of the blues. Not happy when I hit a blue, even less happy when I miss, and those still happen fairly often, I guess, I would say. And that's the piece of the consistency, right? So I think I would like to be more consistent with my archery, more consistent with my dart throwing, and that comes with practice. Is practice the same as competitiveness? I don't know that I would agree with that. Yeah, I definitely have some friends that say I'm a competitive person. Do we do things together? For sure, we play pool together, did a few dart throwing things together, throw some axes. Something about sharp things and throwing them around and making them fly in our house, it's kind of weird. But you know, axes, darts, and arrows, they all fit the same kind of boat there. But yeah, so anyways, that's kind of the rant for this week. I'm on my way to school, getting there. I don't want to make this video too long, hoping this one turns out and it's worthwhile posting because of video quality, audio quality, and all that other stuff. Hope you've had a good week. Like I said, we're moving into show week this week, so maybe I'll give you a sneak peek into some of the sets and stuff that we've created for the show. We're doing Peter/Wendy. So headed there, do some cleanup with the show, get it ready, and then this week we've got shows Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Friday night, 2 on Saturday. So I'm not even sure I'm gonna get a video done this week, but we'll see. Hopefully maybe a short one, just to say hello, tell you how the show is going, that kind of stuff. And then we're getting close to Christmas holidays, so looking forward to that. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this chat today on the Saturday. Definitely not a Friday along for the drive, but we'll figure that out. Maybe got to figure out a way to mount a light in here and get a little more light on me in the morning so that we can do those videos, because that's the idea. It's supposed to be quick and easy, but it's getting tough to do because of the sunrise up here in Canada. So maybe I just need to move closer to the equator and get closer to the water, closer to the sun 24/7, and start doing YouTube from down there. So keep subscribing, click on that notification bell, and if we have one coming up this week, we'll post it for you. If not, it'll be next week, and that way you'll know by the bell. But if you can get some subscribers going, you know, we'll get build the channel and maybe make our way down to somewhere where it's nice and warm for 12 months of the year. So everybody can dream, set goals like we were talking about last week, right? That's my goal. Get down somewhere near the equator where it's warm 12 months of the year and do YouTube from there. I like that goal. Let's lead with that. We'll leave this week on that goal there. All right? Anyways, have yourself a great weekend. We will see you soon. And this is Greg Cinti as always saying, see ya.